The sound of your city.
Good morning and welcome to the news at 6:30 on Rapid 96.5 FM, the sound of your city. Today is Wednesday, 7 February 2024. First, the headlines. President Bola Tinubu arrives in Abuja after trip to France. Governor Similaye Fubara begged Nigerians to stop demarketing River State. And on the foreign scene, Palestinian Authority to pay reduced salaries as Israel blocks funds. And commentary. I am Eval Edu with the news details shortly. Stay with us.
Every day, every story. If it matters to you, depend on our news team to bring you the latest.
Welcome back. Now on the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has landed in Abuja after his private trip to France. Tinubu arrived at the presidential wing of the Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport and was received by a delegation led by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume. Also present to receive him were the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, and other government officials. The trip was President Tinubu's second to France since he assumed office in May 2023. President Bola Tinubu has directed that a food intervention should be provided by the federal government to check the shortage of food in the country. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris said this at the State House after meeting of the Presidential Committee on Emergency Food Intervention convened by the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila. Idris said the government is concerned about what Nigerians are going through and is taking some steps to ensure they get relief.
No food on the table of most Nigerians. Now, some of these will involve unlocking the foods that are available in most of the storage facilities around the country. I know that the Federal Ministry of Agriculture has some food reserve that is going to be made available to Nigerians. Government is also talking to major millers and major commodity traders.
Chief of Naval Staff Emmanuel Ogala has convened a security meeting with key maritime stakeholders to explore ways to enhance both maritime security and the marine economy. Ogala will make these points during his opening remarks at a stakeholder engagement meeting held at the Naval Headquarters in Abuja, attributed the sluggish Nigerian economy partly to the lingering downturn in the maritime sector, while emphasizing the need to revitalize this critical sector to achieve economic prosperity.
Despite that, we have had steady decline in the rate of crime in our maritime environment, leading to the delisting of Nigeria from the list of piracy-prone nations since 2022. We've also had rise in oil production in the last 6 months compared to what it was when we took over. But we are all aware that up to the moment, Nigeria has not been able to meet with its OPEC quota for production. Though significant, but yet not enough. And that is why I've decided that we must rub minds once again to discuss with you, industry players, on how best we can improve our operations and also how best we can work together to achieve this goal.
Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) will present certificates of return to 18 newly elected members of the National Assembly on Wednesday. INEC's National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Sam Olumiku, said the certificates of return will be presented to the newly elected federal lawmakers comprising 3 senators and 15 members of the House of Representatives. Olumiku listed the parties that won the elections to include the Action Democratic Party (ADP), the All Progressive Congress (APC), All Progressive Grand Alliance (ABGA), Labour Party (LP), New Nigeria People's Party (NNPP), People's Democratic Party (PDP), and the Young Progressive Party (YPP). He said the presentation of certificates of return will be conducted by the resident electoral commissioners in their respective states where the by-election or rerun elections took place. Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Olayemi Cardoso has appeared before the House of Representatives to speak on the state of the economy. Appearing before the lawmakers during plenary in Abuja, Cardoso briefed them on the free fall of the naira and other issues affecting the monetary side of the economy.
These reports acknowledge the potential reversal of the deterioration in the country's fiscal and external position due to the authorities' reform efforts. While recognizing the painful adjustments, these all point to a direction that will unlock much needed growth and development for our economy in the medium to long term. Honorable members, I acknowledge that despite these commendations, the concerns regarding the cost of living and currency rates remain. Short-term volatilities attributed to arbitrage and speculation have been an issue.
He listed the guidelines set aside by the CBN to address the exchange rates in the country.
To address exchange rate volatility, a comprehensive strategy has been initiated to enhance liquidity in the forex market. This includes unifying FX market segments, clearing outstanding FX obligations, introducing new operational mechanisms for BDCs, enforcing the net open position limits, and adjusting the remunerable standard deposit facility cap. Honorable members, we understand the economic costs of these developments, not just for the economy, but also as they affect ordinary Nigerians. Honorable members, these measures aimed at ensuring a more market-oriented mechanism for exchange rate determination will boost foreign exchange inflows, stabilize the exchange rate, and minimize its pass-through to domestic inflation.
He was summoned alongside the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister for the Economy, Wale Edu, the Minister of Budget and National Planning, Atiku Bagudu, and the Chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, Zach Adedeji. Rivers State Governor Similaye Fubara has warned critics against damaging political activities that paint the state in bad light, which eventually leads to destroying its economic fortunes. Fubara gave the warning while on inspection of the extent of work done at the ongoing 6.5 kilometers Woji Aleto Alessa Refinery Link Road project.
We'll continue to do our best for our dear state. We were elected into this office for us to deliver. I believe that doing what you're elected for is not doing something strange. It's carrying out your duty. It's our duty to work for our people, and we'll continue to do that. And I also feel it shouldn't always be bad news. If it's not Fubara associate this, Fubara should that. People should see the good part of our state and promote the image of our state. Whatever we're doing, whoever is sponsoring, whatever, they're not doing it to the person of Fubara. They are using it to run down the state economically. No sound mind, serious investor will be hearing all these stories and feel comfortable coming here. So we'll try our best to continue to project the good side of our dear state.
Students of the Michael Okpara University of Agriculture have protested the alleged hike in their tuition and denial of access to examination halls by the school authority. The protest, which disrupted academic activities, commenced when the school authorities directed that students who have not paid the new fees be denied access to the exam halls to write their papers. Our correspondent, Onwuka Kingsley, has more on this report.
Students of Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Umudike, have staged a peaceful protest over the hike in school fees and the policy of no school fees, no examination. Speaking with Rapid FM, some of the students decried the harsh policy by the management, stating that the current economic hardship is affecting them in different ways following the introduction of biometrics by the school management.
I'm a final year student. I've spent 5 years in this school. From my 100 level, to be honest with you, I have not seen this type of act before.
For only 100 level, and before you pay for that money, you pay for hostel fee. And he made it compulsory. Before, bypass used to come, and now he didn't put any bypass. At least for students to be able to pay their school fees. I write exam. This man is really suffering us, and the student union government are not doing anything about it. They are just there looking at them as if Metiri Hanime. But
like me, I did my biometrics before paying my school fees, but I said that it's not showing. That we did biometrics before paying your school fees, it's not showing. Even though you showed them your school fees receipt, this just store it. It's not fair. Many people did not write exams yesterday. Imagine saying you just came inside exam hall, told people's paper. It's not fair now. It's after paying 114,000.
Regarding the protest which resulted in the destruction and damage of school facility, the Dean of Student Affairs, Mark Wosu, admitted that the protest was carried out by hoodlums, stating that the students are expected to make their payment before their examination.
There are some materials that need to be provided. Even where you're staying to read, you need, there's to be power. All those things are really needed. And then to have all those things, you need money to procure them. And then some hoodlums eventually took over the whole thing, because I'm not sure our students did this. People who've been looking for to destroy the things in this university, in one word or other. Those who don't like this university to exist, who are fighting against the university, maybe in one word or other, they used some hoodlums to come and this. I'm not sure our students did this. Well, school reopened since September last year. We've been telling them to pay their charges. We told them the condition for writing exams. You must pay your school charges and then get a biometric capture. Then to enable you to write exam, because this isn't it. As it is now, we have to relax and then go into dialogue with the students, and then I know what to do.
Visiting the school premises a few hours after the security agency had controlled the situation, the mayor, Ikwano local government, Osinachi Waka, seek a roundtable discussion with the school management and the school union government, promising to get in touch with the vice chancellor.
It's a surprise to me. That means there might be much more than we are hearing. But being the mayor of Ikwano, I just came to see for myself and to appeal for peace and calm. None of my territory, no quarter should be in violence. And I want to talk to the student world. Let there be peace. Let there be calm. I'm assuring them within the next 48 hours, I'm going to meet the VC and make sure this is resolved. I also want to appeal to the Dean of Student Union that they should hold on the school exam for now and appease the student, because if you say no school fees and no exam, the economy is wonderful. I want to appeal to all stakeholders involved. Within the next 48 hours, let's remain calm until the root cause is given. To be Georgia is better than to be war.
During this protest, the road leading to Akwa Ibom was blocked by the students of the university, while the facility of the student union government complex were damaged, including banks in the university. Meanwhile, the school management have issued a statement of indefinite suspension of activities in the school until further notice. Onwuka Kingsley, Rapid FM News, Omaya.
Special thanks to Onwuka Kingsley for that report. Director of Gender League of Africa Development Students, Clara Tobias, has called on the government to declare female genital mutilation a criminal act so as to strengthen punishment of perpetrators. Tobias, who spoke during Rapid 96.5 FM flagship program Standpoint, emphasized on the need for the government to protect the rights of the girl child in society and to enhance the education of the girl child, while calling on the government to create economic opportunities and a secure environment with legal protection of fundamental human rights of women as enshrined in our laws. She noted that female genital mutilation, gender-based violence, and unequal representation in governance, among others, were challenges affecting both women, both at the local and international level, which had promoted inequality.
I feel that if the killing of albino and twins could be nipped in that bud to some extent now. It was a culture, right? It was culture that prompted people to be killing twins, and I think if that could be done, this also could be nipped in the bud. And I feel that with togetherness and of course all of us coming together to say this is a torture, like I'd call it, and fight against it, I'm very sure that even before 2030, it will surely be nipped in the bud. So I want to encourage everybody out there, if you have been mutilized, yes, you should be the one to even stand up for others, because you have gone through that and you know the pain you went through. Tell people that there should be zero tolerance to FGM, and of course we would have a word without FGM.
The International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation, FGM, observed annually on the 6th of February, provides an opportunity for all stakeholders involved in ending FGM to celebrate achievements, advocate for abandonment of the practice, and raise awareness. On the foreign scene, Palestinian Authority says they will pay public sector workers 60% of their December salaries this week as it grapples with the long-running fallout of Israel's refusal to transfer tax funds earmarked for Gaza. Funding to the Palestinian Authority, the body which exercises limited governance in the occupied West Bank, has been severely restricted by the months-long dispute over transferring tax revenues Israel collects on behalf of the Palestinians. Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Shayeh said funding from international donors has also been squeezed, falling from 30% of the $6 billion annual budget to around 1%. The funding dispute has been a source of friction between Israel and the Palestinians since the start of the war in Gaza in October, when Israeli Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich refused to release all the funds, accusing the PA of supporting the 7th of October attack in Israel led by Hamas. And in sports, Bafana head coach Hugo Broos is looking forward to a difficult game against Super Eagles of Nigeria. South Africa head into the 2023 AFCON semi-final clash as the underdog. Broos, however, said his team is up for the battle and will go all out for a win against the three-time champions. Broos is bidding for a second AFCON title after leading Cameroon to the winners' medal in 2017. Up next is a news commentary on major reasons for rising prices of rice and other grains.
And other grains such as beans, maize, guinea corn and others used to be the food of the common man until recently, when it completely got out of their reach due to an astronomical increase in the price. Statistics has shown that the 50 kg of rice that was sold at 35,000 naira about 8 months ago now goes for 65,000 naira. A bag of maize was 25,000 naira 8 months ago, but selling for 50,000 naira today. As the invisible hand of demand and supply will continue to affect the price of commodities in the market, so is the government's intervention in the purchase of rice and other grains for distribution in the name of palliative will continue to force the price of these commodities upwards. Research has shown that following the release of 5 billion naira each to states for the purchase of rice and other grains for distribution to citizens in the month of June 2023, the price of these commodities skyrocketed in the month of July in the same year. It was also alleged that the president distributed 200 million naira each to legislatures for the purchase of rice for their constituents during the last Christmas. This so-called intervention of government in the purchase of these commodities with high and overinflated prices is responsible for this astronomical rise in their prices. Where government is involved in the purchase of these commodities with overinflated prices, you don't expect such price to remain the same, more so that the primary aim of an entrepreneur is the maximization of profits. Until the government stops the purchase and distribution of rice and other grains directly to the populace, the price of these commodities will continue to be on the rise. A stitch in time, they say, saves 9. As Nigeria is sitting on time bomb waiting to explode due to starvation and hunger.
That news commentary on major reasons for rise in prices of rice and other grains was written and voiced by Bright Ejike. Before we go, a recap of the top stories. President Bola Tinubu arrives in Abuja after trip to France. Governor Similaye Fubara begged Nigerians to stop demarketing River State. We also brought you the report that Palestinian Authority to pay reduced salary as Israel block funds. And that's the news at 6:30 on Rapid 96.5 FM. For news coverage and eyewitness reports, kindly send a message to our hotline on WhatsApp 0704-9220-965 or send an email to news@rbnradiotv.com. This bulletin was packaged by Kingsley Onwuka. My name is Aval Edu. Many thanks for listening. Good morning once again.